live web chats for this website. They really worked with teens to develop it because they learned that in order to make this successful, it had to reach teens where they are and how they communicate, and that's basically through social media and texting. And so that was how the website was going to be designed, which was quite exciting. I already mentioned the online food delivery program in Kansas City, and then there was one other team in Kansas City that was able to get funded to create their own nonprofit around trauma stewardship. I don't know how much you all are familiar with trauma stewardship, but essentially folks who work in domestic violence, rape crisis, those kinds of traumatic, violent sort of episodes that occur in people's lives, and the caregivers that work in these nonprofits often take on a lot of the trauma that they deal with every day, and so that can be a very difficult way to maintain great caregivers in those nonprofits because that trauma can be overwhelming if the organization doesn't take care of their caregivers or their counselors. They can burn out. And that burnout is not just costly, as it is for any organization to lose an employee, but it's particularly costly to those clients or patients because those patients not only, they trust is a factor, and they've built up trust with that caregiver, and then that caregiver might go away if that caregiver can no longer handle the trauma. So stewarding that trauma and helping those folks become really resilient is critical, and that was missing in Kansas City. So this particular team created a trauma stewardship program and have ultimately now created their own nonprofit. Okay, I know we have a few more slides to cover, but I also am conscious of time, so I just want to check in with Claire and see if we want to go on or if we want to move to questions.
Why don't we go ahead and move to questions, and then we can maybe talk about any lessons learned from the program to others, who might be considering a similar type of program.
Okay.
Would that work for you?
Absolutely.